I did like 250K in 2 months. When
Right,
I
okay,
first
I
started
get
my
it.
journey and I was struggling, I was trading on the lower time frames,
Yeah.
but I wasn't seeing any success with that. I was too emotional. I couldn't react properly on the charts. How price action moves is irrelevant unless you're trading in the right time. I tried the New York session, didn't see as much success in it, but I saw my success really blossom when I just focused on London. If you live a very chaotic life, you got family problems, you got relationship issues, it's going to reflect in your trading. I was like, listen, let me just stick with the 50K for now. That's plenty. I struggled for 5 years living with my girlfriend at the time, and I couldn't pay my rent because I was blowing the money on challenges. I maxed out every single credit card I had, all my American Express, my Bank of America's, every single one. I put $20,000 on my cards. I bought all the challenges from all these different firms. I passed every single one of them. All those years of pain that you went through can be erased in one payout. I'm living that. Ignore all the outside noise. My parents told me I couldn't do this. My friends told me I was crazy. I was crazy for quitting my job. Look where I'm at now.
Hey, Tyler, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing excellent. How are you doing?
I'm good. Not as
That's
good
good.
as you, though, apparently. I mean, you've literally just bounced into the forex scene last, what, month, 2 months?
It really escalated very fast for me. So I was having a hard time myself just digesting everything that was happening to me. It all happened and snowballed at once, so it was a lot for me.
I mean, yeah, well, from what I've seen on your Twitter, you've done something like, what, 300K in the last 2 months?
Yeah, I did like 250K in 2 months.
That is something else. I mean,
Yeah,
congratulations.
it's crazy. It really is.
Do you day trade? Do you swing trade? Do you scalp? Are you a scalper? Or what is it like you?
I solely swing trade. When I first started my journey and I was struggling, I was trading on the lower time frames, but I wasn't seeing any success with that. And based on like what I tell people is that it just didn't suit my personality and how I am in the markets. I was too emotional. I couldn't react properly on the charts. And so when I really scaled back and scaled out and looked at the broader picture on a larger time frame, I really, really honed in on my skills and I could preserve my mental capital better. And just zooming out, listen, I did a lot less, but the reward for me was a lot higher.
Less is more.
Yeah,
you know, those lower time frames, those lower time frames, they can be brutal. I mean, they give so many false signals. So if you've moved up the time frame and you get success with it, well, hands up to you, because you know I've tried the lower time frames and I can just about manage it, but you can get your head turned inside out quite quickly.
Yeah, and not to say that anything negative about the lower time frames.
No,
but
no.
Personally, if you were coming into the space as a beginner, I would stay away from the lower time frames because it's just going to cause a lot of chaos and a lot of headache, and it's going to take up a lot of mental capital for you. You need to be sharp between the ears at all times. So if you really zoom out and focus on like one session, I know it may not seem like a lot, and you may not get a trade every day. You may not get a trade for a week, but I promise you'll catch a bigger move in the market and you'll be rewarded. I'm living proof of that because I've done it all.
You certainly are, man. I mean, I hope you keep it up and keep going because you've definitely hit the nail on the head here with what you're doing.
Yeah.
In terms of swing trading, then, do you like use daily levels? Do you use supply and demand? Do you use support and resistance? Do you use any indicators like EMAs, or do you have?
I'll go into that. So I use a few EMAs.
Yeah.
I also use like a sessions indicator, so it'll show me my exact time when I want to get into the market, which is crucial. That's even more important than any price action you'll see. You have to be trading at the right time of day. How price action moves is irrelevant unless you're trading in the right time. And one of my mentors, I know this is going to be monotonous and a lot of people are going to hate me for saying it, but ICT really changed the way that I looked at the market. He may not have come up with the concepts. I know people say he didn't and that he's just regurgitating things, but I will say that he made it in a way for me that it was very digestible and I could understand it. So granted, even if he didn't come up with them, he made it for me so I could truly understand it. And it really changed my trading for me. It really stressed time. Coming into the market at the right time is everything.
Yeah, but this is it. Sometimes you just got to find the right thing for you, because if you ask me, everything in this game is all based support and resistance, right? So if it's an EMA, if it's a 4-hour level, if it's a daily level, if it's an order block, if it's a fair value gap, it doesn't matter. It all revolves around the same thing, which is basic support and resistance. So yeah, if you found that ICT works and it's helped with your strategy and your entries and you're getting these big payouts, then credit to you, man.
You know, it works for me. So I was telling other people all strategies do work. So if you go on social media and somebody tells you a strategy doesn't work, They don't know what they're talking about.
Well, that's it.
Every
No.
strategy out there works. It just comes down to proper risk management and, refining the edge as much as you can, but every single thing works. You could trade the most ridiculous strategy in the world. It will be successful. You just have to manage your risk properly.
All right. So what session do you trade in? What's your preferred session?
London session. And it is extremely difficult for me because here on the East Coast in USA, I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning. So
oh, wow.
I've been doing it because I've been working construction my entire life.
Yeah.
So I was used to waking up early, and I tried the New York session, didn't see as much success in it, but I saw my success really blossom when I just focused on London. And it just works for me, so I stick to it.
Well,
I don't fix what's not broken. That's it.
You must be sleeping all through the day just so you can get it.
I take a few naps here and there.
I bet. Yeah, I couldn't do it. It's not for me. But for me, thankfully, I like London session as well, right? But I live in the UK, so I have no problem. I get up about 6 a.m. I have a coffee with my wife.
Yeah.
Put the news on.
I got mine right here, ready to go.
Yeah. Good for you, man.
Yeah.
By the time it gets to about 7, 8 o'clock, I've already had 3 coffees. I'm buzzing. I'm ready to go.
I'm the same way. I need to be sharp, so I'm guzzling down coffee left and right.
Awesome. Yeah. So what is it for you that's so special about London then? What is it that you like about London session?
I just really find the price action for me through my back testing. It's just really clean. Like it'll deliver, it'll show you, the market will show its hand during London, and then you'll get the continuation in New York.
Yeah.
So I just personally I've done years of back testing, that's what it comes down to, is that this is very important, that you need to journal all this information down. So back to my back testing, my results weren't as good in New York. So what did I do? I just scrapped New York, and less is more. So I would just be like, most of my winners are in London. I'm only trading London. That's it. I only want to be in the market to win. The longer you're in the market, the more chance, and the odds are stacked against you. You're going to lose, and you're going to blow accounts, and you're going to take losing trades. So why not stick to your A+ setups, be in the market as least amount of time as possible, and be rewarded when you do get into the market.
New York can be quite brutal. 1 minute it's giving you a clue that it's going to go, it's going to go bullish, and then the next minute it's going bearish. All of a sudden, it can be quite spiky. But with regards to your trade in London, if you're swing trading, you've got a daily swing. Maybe you get the prime point of entry because you could get an Asian sweep or something like that, and then you've got the top of the daily candle. So
exactly,
it makes sense to me. It does, so in terms of getting up in the morning that time, do you have a pre-market routine? Do you plan your trades the night before, or do you get up and plan your trades, or
all
do you
I'm
do
really
it on the
looking
spot?
for is that when I get up in the morning at 3, I set my alarm for like 2 a.m. and then I'll wake up a little, refresh myself, and I'll get to the charts. It's tough, man. It is, but that's where the money is for me. So it's like, I'm going to wake up. I don't care. I could go back to bed. I don't have a boss. So it's sometimes if I don't see a trade, if I don't see my setup, it'll be very obvious for me, because I gotten to the point where now it's like embedded in me. So I could see, okay, how is price delivering from like 3 to 5 a.m.? If I'm not seeing anything that I would really like, I just go back to sleep.
Well, there we go.
I keep it very, very simple. It's not over complex for me anymore. I scaled a lot of stuff back, and it really, really helped me out more than you can ever even imagine.
If you're up at like 2, 3 a.m. and you spend 2 hours Frankfurt, London session, and then nothing occurs, nothing's there, nothing's shouting out, you take trade, go back to sleep, and just get up a bit later in the day.
Like I said, the trade has to be screaming out of the charts at me, or I'm not taking it. I'm very, very patient. That's one thing that I became very, very good at, is I have extreme discipline and patience. I can wait.
So how do you maintain that level of discipline that you're trading one specific type of setup?
Because it goes far more than the charts, is that I'm disciplined throughout all areas of my life.
Yeah.
And it took a long time to get here. So like, I'm extremely disciplined with my diet, going to the gym, just the way I move about every single day, how I handle myself, how I carry myself. And that reflects to the charts. People need to understand that. If you live a very chaotic life, you got family problems, you got relationship issues, it's going to reflect in your trading, because you're not emotionally stable. It's so crucial. You have to be grounded first, and then take your skills to the charts.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's not easy, this, and you're quite right. If you're not disciplined in other aspects of your life, if you're not disciplined in going to the gym, eating, diet, things like that, it does have a toll. And like, if like you've got something chaotic going on in the background, maybe you're having an argument with your wife or your missus, or something's happening, it doesn't translate well into
if you're going through financial trouble and you're relying on that
financial trouble
to pay your bills, you're going to be attached to that trade.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're really going to be
you hold on too long, or you
checking
go
the
too
charts
big
every 2 seconds. It's just, it's not a good way to go about it. And you're going to be humbled quick. The market doesn't care about your financial troubles,
No,
unfortunately.
it doesn't care about anything.
No, it doesn't give a crap.
Doesn't care about anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So how about journaling? Do you journal? Yeah.
I have listen, I'm old school. I have a handwritten journal. I have like 2 books that I keep with me, and I've used that for a long time. Something about writing things down, it stays in my brain better than these online platforms, which are really good.
Exactly my thoughts
I
on
prefer it. That's it.
I use online trading journal at the minute. I've gone through different variations of things, but I remember when I write it down. If I write it down, it becomes more real. For example, sometimes I'll be sitting down, I'll be looking at a trade, and I might want to take a trade, and I can flick through a book, and I've got a pinpoint list of criteria that would match what I'm looking at on the screen. Or if it doesn't match, maybe I don't want to take the trade, or it would have certain criteria and then the result. And it's like, well, okay, let's take this trade. Or maybe you can cost down on it, so you can enter a smaller position if you're not
exactly
100%.
It's funny you say that, because I used to print out my setups at my old apartment when I was in New York, and I would take I would put them on the wall.
Yeah,
and I would write on them.
Backside of the toilet door.
I was nuts, dude. My girlfriend was like, "What are you doing?"
I'm kitchen cupboards.
I'm in the kitchen. I have them taped on the wall.
Yeah.
In the apartment. And I'm like, this is my A+ setup. So when I see it on the chart, I just look there. I'm like, that's this setup. That's that setup. Yeah. And it's for each pair. Each pair I have different A+ setups and different entry models. It's a science.
I've actually got a room in my Discord that is nothing more than print. It's not obviously not print offs, but they're the screen grabs of trades that have hit profit, or maybe some that have been a loss, all the same part of the strategy. What happened? And there must be 50, 60 in there from just over the last couple of months. And I encourage all the students that I have to go into this room every day and just find a couple of setups, put them on your screen, and just eye them up whilst you're looking at the market, so that you know what you're looking for. And sometimes, more often than not, there'll be a screenshot of a trade that was taken maybe a month ago or a couple of weeks ago that's virtually identical. So it's almost like you know the outcome as you're taking the trade. It just gives you that more confidence to take that trade.
And that's why journaling is so crucial, because that'll give you your edge, and you won't come to the markets emotional. If you've seen the setup before, you know your risk to reward, you know your win rate. If you don't have these things, that's the only reason why someone would be emotional, is because they're gambling.
Yeah,
There's no reason to have emotion if you're just executing your edge. That's it.
It's like, I like
playing out. The statistics are there.
I think it's going down from here, so I'll just take a short, and it just keeps going up. And then you take another short because there's another level, and you say, well, you just take that as well, and then all of a sudden you're on tilt and you've blown your account.
It's like, if that's not part of your edge, then you're just fighting yourself.
Exactly.
You're hindering your progress.
Right. Yeah.
You got to come up with these rules.
Right. Let's talk about this 50K payout, because
let's do it.
that's the record for Think Capital. So, round of applause.
Thank you, man. Listen, it was crazy when I withdrew that. I was like, whoa.
It's like, well, hang on a minute. There's a couple of zeros here.
Didn't even seem real. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah,
it was crazy.
You're doing well. So in terms of the trade or trades, how many trades did you take? Did you take 1, 2, 3? Just one trade.
It was a UJ short.
UJ's a nice.
And I actually cut that trade early. It could have. I want to be honest. If I let it run a little more, it probably would have hit close to 6 figures.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, I cut it early because I was like, listen, let me just stick with the 50K for now. That's plenty. I'm going to cut it. And listen, I'm glad I'm dead. I'm extremely blessed to have even had the opportunity to even withdraw that much money from.
But the thing is, right, it's not like you're a one trade wonder. You say that now because I've seen your X profile, right? And you've got payouts of 10K, 12K, 17K, 20K all over the last couple of months. And you've hit like what, 250K, you said?
Yeah.
So it's not like you're one trade wonder, but whatever it is that you're doing, you need to stick to it because it's definitely working for you, mate.
Yeah, no, I definitely think my edge is definitely strong, and I'm by no means a one-hit wonder. That was a big trade for me because that was one of my A+ setups, and I also took another big payout. I took a 32K payout also with a different.
Oh wow! Okay, so you're killing it.
I'm definitely no one-hit wonder. I don't want people to think I'm a
No, I'm not saying you were.
I'm far from it. I'm very disciplined, and I plan on my goal. Right now, I'm at about 61K with Think Capital.
Yeah.
My next payout's going to put me at 100K, and that's going to be a huge milestone.
I can see that happening pretty soon, next couple of months.
Yes.
Why not? Why not? If you keep doing what you're doing, it's obviously working for you. So, In terms of like the trades, then you say that you hit that kind of number in one trade. How long are you holding that trade for?
That one, the UJ trade, I held for probably about 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks.
Good gosh. That's
Yeah, well, I'm okay. I know it's hard for people, but I'm good at it. I'm okay. I just in my back testing it said, listen, just be patient. You're going to be rewarded. So that's what I did. I
so,
sat through a consolidation for about a week, maybe a
good
week and a
lord.
half. It
Yeah.
was rough, man. It's tough.
That's some trade. That's a proper swing trade.
Yeah, no. When I swing trade, I tell you, I swing trade. I could hold the trade for a month, no problem.
So what kind of risk reward is that then?
That one was on there. It was about a 1 to 50.
Gosh.
Yeah, I know it seems fake, but I'm telling you, I only risked like 1% on that trade.
How do you handle your emotions in that trade? Because like for me, if it gets to 10K, I'm getting out, I'm securing that payout, and I'm moving on to the next week.
Because
next trade.
This is how I think of it. If I do that, like you said, now I'm hindering myself and I'm going against my edge.
Yeah.
My edge in the market isn't to make 10K. It's to let the trade run. That's what I'm known for. I let my trades, they run big. So by doing that, now I'm fighting myself. And that's not part of my system. That's not part of my edge. So I don't.
You can take.
I don't go break even. I don't take partials. It's TP or nothing.
Yeah, makes sense. So if it comes back to break even, what do you do then?
If it does come back to break even, I would have to see the structure of the trade. I do some discretionary trading, which is fine because it works for me. It'll just depend on how the trade is moving, and I'll have to judge it from there.
And one of my things that I probably need to work on actually is that I'll trail my stop loss into profit, and sometimes I get snagged out, and maybe the trade will be at 1 hour and then it will run on for 4 hour, 5 hour. But it's part of my personal trading plan, so I stick to those rules.
Yeah.
The reason I have it is because of the session change. When sometimes I get into a trade and I'll be in decent profit, and then New York will open and it will come back and it just break even or take me out and then keep going. So I mean.
Listen, everyone has their system, and as long as you're sticking to that and it goes with your edge and your statistics in the market, that's all you can ask for. Everybody's different. No two people will trade the same way.
In terms of pip movement, then that must be some swing that you're holding over a couple of weeks on UJ.
Yeah, it's big. I don't know the exact amount of pips, but it's a large swing. Once I enter on the 30, I'm off of the 30, and then I'm just looking at the daily. So my entry is going inside of that daily candle, if you were to think about it.
Yeah.
So I'm on the 30. I'm in London session. I'm looking at the daily. Once I get my entry model inside of the 30, I'm immediately off the 30 anymore. Yeah. And now I'm just on the daily. That's fair enough. So it's basically going inside of it and analyzing inside of that daily candle.
Do you work a lot with candlestick anatomy then? Because a lot of, I'll be perfectly honest, pretty much everything that I do it revolves around support and resistance, etc. But a lot of it is about candlestick anatomy, how the wicks form, how the candle opens and closes. For me, from a 30-minute time frame upwards, the wick at the upside and the downside is a high, 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 low, high, 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 low, high, 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 low. So in terms of like studying price action, and generally speaking, if I'm trading my stop loss, I'll be trailing it behind the 30-minute wick, because to me, as it's moving down, if that wick to the upside goes, then it's created a new high. But I day trade, so for me it works out. So do you utilize a lot of, for example, like the daily candle open would create the upper wick, and then as it flips bearish, would you utilize that as part of your plan?
I won't go off the daily like that, but one of my favorite candlesticks is to see a doji candlestick with my setup.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably either get a bullish or bearish engulfing.
Yeah.
And I will say this, most of my best winners are on long position trades. So that's really my best edge in the market. Like, I've studied all of this. I do well on shorts, but like my bread and butter would be like a UJ or a GU or like a gold long. It's like I can make some serious numbers doing that.
I don't know why, but I seem to be better taking long positions than short positions. I don't know if it's because I trade a lot of gold and gold bullish. So
it's a bullish
mainly it's primarily bullish. So maybe that's got something to do with it. But
100%.
I don't do as great with short positions. I don't know why.
I don't know either, but just according to my data, it's I am successful and I do take the trades, but I would risk more on longs if I could, just because it's better.
If your stats are saying that you're taking longs better, then sometimes it's pattern recognition. You notice the pattern better in a bullish momentum, and a lot of people as well want to buy. So it's like a subconscious thing that
I know.
you're buying into the market. You don't
Yeah.
want to be selling it because maybe a downwards motion is negative and an upwards motion is positive. So
Yeah,
I get it.
I couldn't pinpoint it, but it's just it works. So
It works. You got to do what works for you. So
yeah.
Okay, so obviously you're managing your emotions during this period. We've gone through that. I normally I'd be closed 10, 20K. So credit to you there. I mean, in terms of what you're doing, I think you should just stick to it. Have you got any potential to teach what it is that you're doing, or
Listen, I don't want to monetize like the people that support me or follow me. I just really, I always wanted to make all my money through the markets. And I put 7 years of my hard work into perfecting my edge. And I don't want to like think that like I'm being cocky or anything. I just have
no, God, no.
I just have no intentions to teach. It's just not something that I'm interested in. I don't want to rely on like having to like, if somebody's not successful with my system, then they're like thinking I'm the bad guy. It's just not something that I'm interested in. Like I care about everybody that follows me on Twitter and all my social media. I love all of them. And listen, if I could help them out in some way, it's just not going to be in a way where I'm like showing them my particular strategy.
Some people enjoy it. I'm just trying to see if that was something that you'd potentially look at.
I enjoy helping people. It's just a lot of responsibility. Listen, I was in tough times financially, and these people are relying on you, man. Like they really are. And I have a hard time just packing that all in for myself, and it's just something I really would like to stay away from.
How many years have you put into this? Because obviously you've just come onto the scene.
Six years. But 6 years. But I was failing for 5 years straight.
A lot of people do. I see a lot of people come in and they think it's going to be millionaire overnight job. It doesn't turn out like that.
You got a sad reality ahead of you thinking it's not going to happen.
All right. So 250K so far. We're on third month of the year. What's your expectations for the remaining part of the year? How much do you think you can hit?
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm making $1 million this year. That's the goal. It's happening.
You're gonna fly me out then. I'll come out to
myself. I'm making $1 million, so it's happening.
Yeah, do it.
And that's only going to be through forex because I also trade futures, and I already did big numbers on that too.
Yeah. I've seen. It's hard not to see it. You're getting a lot of publicity on X at the minute, so yeah, it's good. Yeah. I just want to say massive congratulations to you because you really are doing a fantastic job. Keep killing it, all right, and hopefully we'll see you hit that 1 million mark and the 100K mark for Think Capital. I think that would be a fantastic achievement. Before we go, is there anything that you want to share to the guys watching? Maybe give them some pointers in terms of.
Yeah, of course. I would just this is going to go for everyone that's struggling out there. I don't want you to think that it's you because it's not. You may be struggling right now. It's not the end of the road for you. I was struggling just like you. I'm no different than anybody else here. I'm the same as you. I was in the same position. I struggled for 5 years. Was living with my girlfriend at the time in New York. And I couldn't pay my rent because I was blowing the money on challenges. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life. I was buying 100K challenges. So I never went short. I never did 5K, 10K. I always went for the big boys. It wasn't working at the time. It was during COVID. And I was getting the stimulus checks from the government. And I was blowing them on challenges. I couldn't pay my rent. To sum this up fast, when I finally perfected my edge in the market, I was like, okay, I wanted to go all in on myself. I did something crazy. I maxed out every single credit card I have. All my American Express, my Bank of America's, every single one. I put $20,000 on my cards. I bought all the challenges from all these different firms. I passed every single one of them. Every single one. And I got my first big payout. My first one, it was $20,000. I paid off all my cards. With that $20,000, it was the biggest accomplishment of my life. So when I tell you that all those years of pain that you went through can be erased in one payout, I'm living proof of that. I'm no different than you. I'm not like these other guys on Twitter that are selling courses, this and that. I have no interest in that. I want to help you guys because I'm authentic, I'm real, and I'm one of the very few in the industry that are actually looking out for the traders. Because I know I was there, man. And just keep going. Work on your edge, refine your model, get your mental fortitude right in the market. Come there, be disciplined every single day and work on yourself. Ignore all the outside noise. My parents told me I couldn't do this. My friends told me I was crazy. I was crazy for quitting my job. Look where I'm at now. I'm no different than you guys. I love all you guys so much and I know that you could do this. Every single one of you on my Twitter that tells me that you're proud of me, no, I'm proud of you. Keep going.
We're all proud of you. Let me tell you that because you're a true success story. The way that you've come onto the scene, obviously nobody sees the hard work in the background, does it? It does take a long time. People
tell me like how am I doing it? Listen, I lost a lot of money, a lot. and it was hard on me. I was like depressed. It would affect me through my entire day and my life. Like when I fail a challenge, it would come with me. Like it would affect my relationships. I wouldn't hang out with friends. This stuff was beating me down, man. It took me a long time to get here. So I'm just proud of the person who I became. And I just want to, give that back to people in some way where, they could resonate with me.
I think the amount of energy that you've got as well, you've certainly got that never say die attitude. I can never imagine you sitting on the sofa feeling sorry for yourself. You get up.
No, that won't ever be me. Never was, never will be.
It's written all over you.
I don't make excuses. It's
and
not
you're quite inspiring to the people who are trying to achieve what you've achieved so far.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to seeing how far you can take it because, so far so good from what I've seen. Listen,
I won't rest until my name's at the top of the industry. I want to be recognized as one of the traders who came on the scene. They're authentic, they're real, and they're really, they changed the game. So that's my goal. I want to be the best.
Awesome. Well done, mate.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time.
In touch on Twitter.
Yeah, of course. We talk on Twitter a lot.
We're talking on Twitter,
we'll keep in touch there. Awesome.
Awesome.